been a while since I've done a battle of the beers. So tonight, two Titanic Brewery beers, two absolute barnstormers. So we've got Plum Porter, readily available in Morrison's around the country. 4.9% fruity, red and deep. And then the blue corner, we've got Porter Grand Reserve, the actual first time I've ever had it out of this little bottle. I have had the Porter infused version many times. So 6.5% version, so ABV slightly different, but we'll say about both beers and then we'll go into it. So a connoisseur's version of Plum Porter. Expect the same fruity sweet tones with a stronger, more intense, mature taste, want to savor. See black, smell rich fruit, taste initial fruity plum. Get your plum over and the gums. And on the Plum Porter side, it says, if you had suggested our best-selling and multi-award-winning beer would be dark fruit flavoured and 4.9% ABV 3 years ago, we would have said you were mad. That was before our brewers really understood the dark fruity arts. See, deep red, smell, plum raisin fruity, taste, soft, plum, vanilla. So it's amazing how there's slight difference on what they both are. So I'll get 2 glasses. I've actually got a Titanic small glass somewhere, but I've obviously used it to do a beer review. So we're using 2 non-Titanic glasses for this battle. Right, so first what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little taster, a wee taster of what's going on. Yeah, crap, as usual. Yeah, I don't do accents. Yeah, I do Nottingham for a certain amount at least. Oh, I just had Chinese and it's proper gone through me. So, here we go. A bit of smoke off the bottle. This is room temperature. It's been in the house since Christmas. Look at that. Lovely. Smoky beer. Still see the smoke coming off it, to be fair. Neon black pour, little off-white head. And yet I've got to admit, that aroma. I'd love this in an imperial. An imperial plum porter. But this type of plum, proper sweet plum, in your face plum, rather than so subtle that you don't even know it's there, you know. Sweet, plummy. Oh. Oh, the fruitiness. It's one of the best beers out there. I don't care that it's only 6.5%. It doesn't bother me that. It's just the taste. The taste hits the spot. And it's funny because I'm drinking out of a Emperor's Brewery glass. Emperor's Brewery, Titanic Brewery collab, an Imperial Plum Porter using the same fruitiness but whacked up with some big Imperial strength, 13 or 14%. Jesus me, that would be some impressive stout. Maybe even slightly barrel aged. Oh, could it happen? You damn well know that I'm going to prod both people when I've done this review. That is just sublime. I don't know anyone who has anything bad to say about that. It's just an amazing beer. So that's the Grand Reserve. Slightly not as sweet as the port infused version. I digress. So we'll swap over now to the. That went down incredibly well. We'll swap over to the Plum Porter, and what Titanic did when they released this was bring fruit beers to the forefront in supermarkets, and I've got to say, this and St. Peter's Plum Porter are two of the best supermarket beers in the country, in my opinion. So as you can see, a bigger head on this, slightly lighter colour, off-white head, slightly lighter than the Titanic as well, both on the head and the body. The nose isn't as prevalent as the that one as well, albeit this isn't room temperature, quite room temperature. Came from the shed earlier, so it's not as shall we say, as warm as the other one certainly was. I tell you what, there's not a lot in between them. They've done well to get that same sort of taste. Oh, flipping heck. There's a reason why this has had multiple reviews on the channel. And there's also a reason why it's always been one of my favourite beers. And I've not reviewed it for probably about a year and a half now. Certainly since I started reviewing like Imperials and local craft beers and like, big craft beers from all around the country. So in an age where I was just doing mainly supermarket beers, this was one of the top supermarket beers, as was the Grand Reserve. And it's actually interesting now to review these again against each other's, but also to review them. To see how relevant they are against my journey through, craft beers from a lot of the biggest and most well-known breweries across the UK and further afield, obviously. But I've got to be honest, the taste of that is still ultra relevant. It's not relying on ABV. It's not trying. And although, like I said, I would love an imperial version of this, of this imperial plum porter. But it's got bags of flavour. It's got the aroma, the long-lasting flavour, a sweetiness, an earthiness. It's truly a stunning beer. They both are. Don't get me wrong. Go to Titanic Breweries website if you can. If you've got the pennies. The festive box has got all these in, but they also do a Titanic Brewery if you're a bit more of a budget, although you are going to get a wallet for postage and packaging. They do a plum porter. You get a bar runner, you get a plum porter beer, the gran infused beer, you get a glass and a beer mat, and it's like 17 quid, but it's 17 quid well worth spending, especially with what you're going to get. And trust me, if you've ever drank this, you'll love being able to put it against the the Grand Reserve. And if you've got the extra pennies, get the Grand Reserve port infused, and drink all three together. I mean, that's a treat, a plum treat for somebody who's a true connoisseur of plummy flavoured beers. Um, Nice plummy twang to that. There are differences between the two, and in a minute, as soon as I've drank next, still got quite a bit left. It's a big bottle. In a minute, I'm going to do the comparison between the two, but I need to kill it off before about 17 minutes. So I am wary of that. Otherwise, it goes into tomorrow. Oh. See, at home, you can take a lot longer. You can enjoy your beers. Me, I need to beat the time limit. So, I'd already walloped some of that down, hadn't I? Jesus Christ. So here we go. Grand infused, Grand Reserve rather, and standard Plum Porter. And as you can see, the slightly more darker the Grand Reserve is, a bit more of a head on the Plum Porter. The body is lighter on the Plum Porter. It's definitely lighter. Yeah. So there you go on that side of things. On the aroma, slightly more plum on this side, although both. That is the creme de la creme. Let's go for it. Taste. Smoother, plummier, earthy, less harsh. Slightly more fruity. ABV is not coming into play. Probably would when I try and walk up in a minute. This is more refined. It's like a posher version of what you've got here. If I'm looking, it's like a more fine wine version of the Plum Porter. So whereas the Plum Porter is shit, let me drop the flipping glass and the bottle then. Whereas the Plum Porter is obviously made for supermarkets. That is more rich, more. It's not rich and decadent. It's not like that, but it's certainly a more finer, more sophisticated version of the same beer. Really, don't get me wrong. Both beers are absolutely. You want to try this? Try it, see if you like it. Also try the St. Peter's version, because trust me, they are both stunning examples of two of the best breweries in the UK. Yeah, two, for me, traditional breweries that produce some amazing beer. I have admiration in abundance for both of them, both breweries. Sweet plum, truly gorgeous beer. Absolutely love this beer. Yeah, it's only 4.9%. It's crazy the ABV, and yet so damn nice. And yeah, like it says, fruity red deep. Yeah, there's a red tinge to the beer. God, I've been up since 5. But oh, so I'll do a quick review of this. Out of 5 for me, would I drink it again? Oh yes. Out of 5, all day long, a good 4.6. Yeah, still so relevant. On today's scoring that I'm doing, however, this is like the fine wine version, and room temperature is key with both, really. A smoother, more finer, more sophisticated version of the Plum Porter. A clear winner. And I'm not even getting any difference in ABV. I'm getting a finer beer. Out of 5 for me, all day long, a good 4.65. Wow, stunning beer. And I wish I actually had some of the Grand Infused to go to do a battle of all three. Sadly, I've drank them all now, so I've stuffed it. But yeah, a battle of all three would be something amazing. And so yeah, the winner for me probably was always going to be the winner, but that is some beer. Stunning, stunning beer. Well played, Titanic Brewery. Like I say, check their website out. Go and see them. Treat yourself. They're a treat. You like a fruity beer, you'll not find anything better. Also take into consideration St. Peter's though. Their Plum Porter is again a stunner. And that's it for this slightly longer beer review / battle. The winner was the Grand Reserve, but you probably knew that in the first place. Cheers everyone. See you later. Hey, camera's gone.